So you like Punjabi music? I've got this fantastic new track to share with you from Amrinder Gill and Gurlez Akhtar called Kafka. Punjabi music is changing. Exercise is changing. Punjabi music, also known as Bhangra, is great for fitness. Let's be part of the change. This is Stay Modern with Punjabi music. And it's not pronounced Kafka, although she's saying it. It's the name of a European writer, somebody who died in the early part of the 20th century. Have a listen, then I'll break it down. I love this video, so if you're listening to this podcast, check out the video afterwards. Otherwise, enjoy on my screen if you're watching this on video. Kafka, Amrinder Gill, Gurlez Akhtar.
गब्बरू इनोसेंट जला ते लीडर चलाई होइया आप वे तू बड़े काफका आप वे तू बड़े काफका गन चेले नु फड़ाई होइया रखदा ही मथे त्योड़ी वे रखदा ही मथे त्योड़ी वे जिवें सहेली नाल लड़ाई होइया ओ मुंडा मैनू सोहना लगदा वे जीने मुੱਛ जी चढ़ाई होइया ओ मुंडा मैनू सोहना लगदा ओ मुंडा मैनू सोहना लगदा वे जीने मुੱਛ जी चढ़ाई होइया जीने मुੱਛ जी चढ़ाई होइया होई नी सोहनी सूरत कुड़े रब जन्नत बनाई होइया मत्थे उत्ते रखे तुप नू रात वाला च लगाई होइया गुट मेरा नां लिख के गुट मेरा नां लिख के उत्ते कंगणी चढ़ाई होइया नी अख तेरी गल दसदी जेड़ी दिल च लकाई होइया नी अख तेरी गल दसदी नी अख तेरी गल दसदी जेड़ी दिल च लकाई होइया दिल च लकाई होइया
Twice the length of that. Go check it out, Kafka, on your favorite music place or wherever you want to watch the video. So let me break it down. Why do I like this one? First of all, as I was watching it, I wanted to know, what does this mean, Kafka? I looked it up, and it's not a Punjabi word. It's the name of a writer. You might be listening to this saying, obviously, we all studied Kafka. Well, I haven't. I've never heard of him before. So I'm glad I did, because it's really, what he wrote is really interesting. I suggest you go look him up on Wikipedia. You'll find plenty of videos on YouTube about him. The book that Amrinder Gill's reading in this is called The Metamorphosis. It sounds like, at first I thought, oh, that sounds like a book like caterpillars turning into butterflies. Really beautiful sort of idea of, improvement and so on. It's not. It's a much darker story in terms of the effect that fear and change and shame can have on humans and what they can do as a result of it. So that's really interesting. So on the Punjabi side, what's the girl saying? The singer's name is Gurlez Akhtar, and the male singer is Amrinder Gill. Both some of my favourites. And what Gurlez Akhtar is singing, she's saying, I like that boy whose moustache is raised slightly. So I find that quite funny, because there's many songs where there's men, like, I'm sure there's a Diljit song, maybe there's a couple of others, which is called Much, or something to do with much, meaning moustache, and how much effort they put into their moustache, or how much they raise it, or I think there's a song from Ranjit Bawa about how he defeats people with his moustache. He doesn't need weapons, I forget. But anyway, so the point is that the moustache is celebrated in Punjabi songs quite a lot. So in this case, Gurlez Akhtar is saying, I like that boy with the raised moustache. So if that's your kind of thing, I thought beards were obviously a big deal for some women. Moustache obviously seems to be. I feel like it's too much effort. If you're watching me on video, you'll see I don't have too much interest in facial hair. So she's saying that. And then when Amrinder Gill is singing, he's saying, and I find it interesting that he doesn't seem, at first, he doesn't seem all that enthusiastic. He's saying, you're very beautiful, this sort of stuff. But your eyes say, he doesn't say but, he says your eyes are showing what's really in your heart. So that's the kind of the chorus of what he's saying. And I wonder if that's something to do with the story, the metamorphosis. I'll come back to that in a moment, but I just want to also mention that there are some other heroes involved in this piece of art called Kafka, the song, the music video as well. So I'll get back to what I mean with that in a moment. The guy I believe is the writer is a person called Raj Ranjot. I first came across him, one of the songs I really liked called VIP, which was sung by him and Diljit Dosanjh. I think they sang it together. So I really like that song. And so I think he wrote this song. I don't believe he's got, his vocals are in here. I believe he wrote this song. And of course, Dr. Zeus is the person who produced the song. So all the music is him. He's put all of that together. It sounds fantastic. And then, of course, with all of their efforts together, we have this wonderful track. Finally, the unsung heroes quite often, and this one I think definitely needs to be sung, no pun intended, is a guy called Diljot Gacha, who is the person who made the video. So if you haven't watched the video, or if you've just watched it a little bit on me sharing on my screen on this video for this podcast, then please go and watch this video. I think it's spectacular. The only thing I don't like about it being vegan is the deer's head, as a trophy. But there might be something in the story which I don't quite understand. Maybe it's gone over my head. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But from an artistic point of view, from a visuals point of view, it's really nicely put together. It's up there as a high quality video. So I hope you will go and enjoy that and also enjoy the music over and over again. So I'll just finally mention, I've already touched on him already, but the writer, I believe he's a Czech writer. So currently, I think, the country's called the Czech Republic. I don't think it was called the Czech Republic in his day. So maybe you can correct me on my history. And he has created a whole type of literature. You could call it a genre of literature called, I think it's called Kafkaesque, which is quite dark and quite sort of like I haven't got my head fully around this yet, and I've not had the time to read much of the work. But this book that they mention in this song is called The Metamorphosis. There's another one which I believe is called The Trial, but I might have got that wrong. Maybe it's about a trial. I forget. And these books, I thought they were, at first I thought I saw about change and positivity, like changing from a caterpillar to a butterfly or something, the metamorphosis. But it turns out it's not. It's actually about human behavior and how we can become very vile creatures as soon as certain emotions get the better of us, being anger, fear, shame, resentment, what that can turn us into. So if that's of interest to you, definitely listen to the song. The song's not that much about all of that. It's just a nice song. She likes his raised mustache. He's like, I can see what's really going on in your eyes. Through your eyes, I can see what's going on in your heart. So it's really nice to listen to. The video is really, really nice. But if it inspires you to then go and read up Kafka, and you're interested in just general human psychology and human behavior, then you might find this interesting. Till next time, keep enjoying and staying modern with Punjabi music. Punjabi music is changing. Exercise is changing. Punjabi music, also known as Bhangra, is great for fitness. Let's be part of the change. This is Stay Modern with Punjabi Music.